They heard a tingle on the radio, but calling up the dog Whisperette. It don't matter the behavior of the breed, same day transformation guaranteed. Miss Denise, bitch, trainer in the league, number one and trainer bitch to be the best that they can be.
Good evening, Chattanooga, Tennessee, where there is no other place I would rather be. This is my third episode, my first season of Make It Make Sense with the Dog Whisperette. And today I'm doing a little different route. Me and my co-host, Denise Dave, I'm introducing my new co-host, Denise Dave, who is a beautiful soul and is going to help me spread positivity and become that village that we need. And she's my first pack member. I'm welcoming you guys to be my pack member. And so today I'm going to recap last week's episode, which was the importance of the bond between the child and their dog's relationship. I'm going to recap on how do you stop a puppy from biting. So let's tackle those two right now. Before I introduce Denise, she's coming live. Is she going to be on here right now? Okay, she'll be on here shortly. But if your puppy is biting, pick it up, cradle it. This is, yeah, I know you can't see this, but you can if you go on YouTube, WPTP 100.1. This is live on YouTube right now. You can go back on and watch this, or you can just listen to what I'm telling you, because this is years of professional hands-on training that I have learned these tips. And so what you do is you cradle them, because what you're doing, you're submitting that mind, because that mind is everywhere. Now, this is if you can only hold the dog. This is not recommended for a 60-pound dog, unless you're a muscle man, then you can do this. But what you do is you cradle them and you hold them. You put enough pressure. What you do is you match their energy and go a little bit above. So the pressure they're giving you, you match that and just press a little bit slower. I mean, a little bit harder. Sorry, we had it. Then you release. As they relax, you relax, because you're changing that frequency. They're in a high frequency right there. And so what you're doing, you're picking them up. You're connecting to their frequency. Then you're controlling that frequency. See, it makes sense because you can train with frequency. It's frequency, energy, and vibrations. Learn that. You've got the keys to the universe. You've got the keys to your training. So once the mind is calm, you set them down and you walk away, because you don't feed into that. Because if you give them any energy, you're going to build it up. Speaking builds up energy. Any communication, any touch with them at that moment is just going to erase everything you just did. It's going to go right back into that frequency. So pick up till the mind's calm. Squeeze. Release as they release. Once they've released and their mind is calm, you can throw them down a toy, you can throw them down a treat. Reward that calm mind. That is exactly, I say, I don't reward that they're setting. I don't reward the action. I reward the mind. And if you reward the mind, that's the key to them listening to you. And so today, me and my co-host, we're going to ask each other questions, because I believe connecting with my audience is the best thing. And because I'm looking for positive, I'm looking for people to be on my show that's positive. I'm looking to uplift this community and for us to join together and make a difference. And so today I'm really excited. And, let's talk a little bit more about the children and their bonds, and how a respectful relationship is so, so important. And, it got me curious. I've never seen children at PetSmart or Petco or anywhere training. And so it got me curious. So I went down that rabbit hole, and it's because of insurance purposes. And, I get it. But that needs to be a personal training. It doesn't need to be done in a store where all kinds of frequencies and energies are picked up, where this needs to be a one-on-one at-home training. And I do offer children and their companion workshops. So give me a call, 423-661-9929. If your child has a really unhealthy relationship with their companion, it's very important that you change that right now, because you're setting future energies, future vibrations, and future insecurities. Because most of the time, that's their first friend. And how that relationship is could determine how they choose their relationships for the rest of their lives. Because we attract who we are. What frequency we're vibrating out, that's what we're going to get back. And so they've got fear of their dog because that dog bit them or the dog jumps on them. And, resentment sets in. And energy never leaves. Habits never leave. They have to be changed. And if we don't tackle that before it becomes ingrained, it's just going to be harder and harder to release that and change that. And so, keep following me on YouTube, WPTP 100.1 FM radio. You can find me on Facebook, WPTP 100.1. You can find me on the Dog Whisperette on Facebook. I do have videos on there. So, I'll become more personal to you. You can get to know me a lot better by watching my videos and watching my energy and connecting with me. I'm looking for a connection pack is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a frequency change. I'm looking for us to help the ones in need. I'm going to bring some dog food here to the station. And I'm asking people to follow suit. And so that way, when our fellow pack members need help, we're there to help. I mean, this is the first podium that I know of that's actually been for our animals and our lives and balance in that pack. Balancing, because when we get upset or when we are lack, our dogs are lack. And that's energy, money, because that sets a frequency that our dogs live in. And so that's my goal, is to change that frequency. And so, is my co-host ready to make her beautiful grand appearance? Yes. All right. So everybody, here is my beautiful co-host, Denise Dave, also known as Nefertiti. Hi, darling.
I love you. How are you?
I'm blessed and not stressed.
I love that. You come up with them sayings, boy. I love it. I love it.
If we say that, when we start believing that, then it's gonna become us.
Right. I also like the name this. Make it make sense.
Exactly right. And that's what I want to do. I want to make sense on, make it make sense. And I learned yesterday, and I want to have them on the show, where the sheriff in my county actually is bringing in stray dogs to be with the prisoners. And right, make it make sense. How do we make a change? That's a beginning. And what a beautiful thing that would be, to watch the strays and, the ones who's been neglected and been thrown to the, wolves, join together and change together. How beautiful. Plus, they're getting they're off the streets. They're giving them a home. They're giving them love. It's a perfect world, and if more jails. And he's my cousin, so I'm going to have him on my show, or at least have him on satellite. And I want us to help in any way that we can as well. My mother was a prison minister for 20-something years.
And that's another way that we also connect on it. You probably know. You say your cousin is the sheriff.
Yes.
And my cousin here in Chattanooga was assistant police chief.
Okay. And
you say your mom. You say your mom worked in prison ministry.
No.
Yes. And I'm an advocate. And I'm an advocate for ex-offenders as well.
Yes.
Yeah, there's another connection. That's a lot about what this segment is pretty much is about. It's about us connecting and let the audience see who you are really. You know what I'm saying? To give them another level of trust when they know who you are.
What I said, Once you get to know me, you're going to love me.
Right.
No, you do. Hi.
Oh,
But,
man.
you know, and we were just,
Don't say that.
when you meet that soul person who's supposed to be in your life and you let it happen, and you know, that's what we don't let it flow. You know, because we're all connected. We are all connected. We just don't let it flow. We stop that flow because we're all got different personalities. You know, we're not all supposed to be together. That's what makes the world go around. But we are supposed to find the ones that belong to us. And that's our soul people, you know, and that's what I said. I'm making a soul pact. I guess I don't really know how to call it, what I need to call it. But you know, once you join together, because vibrations change the world, frequency changes the world, energy changes the world. And how do we change the world when so many people right now are in need? We step up. If we don't, who will?
Right. And you know, when you say in need, it's a lot of different forms of need. Like not only like needing shelter, food, you know what I'm saying, those type of necessities. We also need a level of comfort, needing to know that they have someone to talk to. You know, just you know what I'm saying, to make people not feel so alone.
They need love. They need somebody to shine. The world is becoming so dark. You know, things have been happening here recently, and what I'm seeing is we're feeding into that frequency. There's a paradigm switch happening right now, you know, and it's going to happen. But to which side? You know, that pendulum is swinging right now. You know, to which side is going to win? Because you know, you have all of this energy going up. Which one is going to win? And you know, when like I said, when we suffer, our animals suffer. You know, and so it starts with us. We're the ones that set the condition. We're the ones that set the vibrations. You know, we're the ones that set the habits. They
And you
just
know,
follow.
and I don't think a lot of people, because I have been guilty of that. I have been guilty of having some negative energy in the home and not knowing that how it's affecting my dog.
Exactly. Yes.
Because sometimes the dog may feel like they have to choose the person, you know.
I say a dog chooses a person for two reasons: for protection or just by choice. So if you are the leader of your pack and your dog makes a choice, then you know that choice was because they chose that person. But if that dog is resource guarding you, protecting you, or you think, oh, it's so cute because, you know, it protects me. But that's exactly what it's doing. So in its eyes, you are just part of its pack. You are not that leader. And so once you become that leader, then when that dog makes that choice, both of you are leaders, then it's by choice. You know, it's like with humans. Our child will run to one or the other, you know, trying to get one to go against the other. And then they get confused, and then they really don't have a village.
Right.
You know.
I know I have been like I said, I found myself doing that a time or two. I'm like, dang. He said he gonna take the dog. Well, how the dog gonna feel about leaving? You know.
Do what?
I said, like, say for instance, the spouse or whatever, they leave, they want to take the dog without realizing, to me, not realizing what harm it can do to the dog mentally, you know.
Yeah, that's it. If they're not mentally prepared, their dog's not mentally prepared. And you know, people say, you know, who's not the leader of the pack, and their dog is just so out of control, just, you know, everywhere. And most of them say, well, you know, their solution is get another dog. And when you get that other dog, you're just bringing that other dog, you're bringing conditioning in from another source as well, bad habits from another source as well, and combining it with bad habits and conditioning that's already in your pack, you know. And so it's just gets compounded. And so they start feeding off of each other. And like I said, energy never leaves. It has to get changed. So when I come in, what I do is I change that energy. I change those habits. And within minutes, you start seeing the changes because frequency and energy and vibrations change that quick. That's what we don't realize. Habits change that quick as long as we stay consistent. They change. That don't mean we stay consistent.
Your hair is gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
You did something different.
I curled it today. Yes.
Yes, pretty.
Thank you. Yours as well.
Thank you.
I can't wait to announce our date when we're going to be out in public, guys.
Right.
And the Dog Whisperette. We're going to be out there. We're going to be taking questions from you guys. You're going to get to meet a professional dog behaviorist here in beautiful downtown Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Maybe Denise. I couldn't say Nefertiti. Finally. Maybe Nefertiti will sing us a song.
Yeah. Look,
That's
I
what I
asked
know about you. You are a singer. Are you a songwriter as well?
I have two songwriters.
Okay.
I have two songs. So and basically, by me having I put my input on. I give them like sometimes I hear a track and I'm like, okay, this makes me feel, and I tell them how I feel and they go from there.
So like a ghostwriter.
Yeah, two. I have two ghostwriters.
Oh, okay. So you're a big deal.
Yeah, they are awesome. They always bring my ideas they bring my ideas to the forefront. I just act them out.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's from your heart,
Yeah.
And maybe we'll have another special surprise that we can give to them, but we're not going to say it till we see if we can do this together.
Gotcha. I've been waiting on this segment. I said this is it's like more like a personal segment today to let people know, really who the Dog Whisperette is really as a person. As like, who are you?
Oh no, you asked some tough questions.
All right, here's one. Here's one.
Okay.
All right. What's a part of yourself that you feel people really don't see?
When I cry. Because as it's so personal to me when and that's a release of my energy. And I just feel like when I cry. And it's very rare because, like I said, I choose to be blessed and not stressed.
Hey, I love it.
And so, and when I do cry, it's, to let out some energy. And then I go on about my way. But yeah.
Okay. Who had the most impact on your life? Brother?
My mother.
Yeah, mine too.
Absolutely. Yes. She's a God-fearing. She was there for every ball game, cheering us on, even in my teenage years when I didn't need cheering on. I wasn't cheering so much then, but it wasn't good. Hormones at 15 kicked in. How old was you when yours kicked in?
I think I had to stay around about 16, 17, so like that, because I was like, I was in so much in sports and yeah, I had to say about 16, about 16, 17, 18-ish, somewhere up in there, if I can remember that.
Yeah, I raised a boy. I had a son, and then I ended up raising his daughter. And people kept telling me, wait till she's, a certain age. And my son was so good. But I paid for my raising with her. I said, God, this ain't fair. This ain't even my child.
Your grandkids are mills. Look.
Is that your grandbaby?
Yeah. I call his name is Marquis. I call him Seven.
Okay. Is that from the movie, the show, or?
No, I just call him Seven.
Okay. I forget what show, but she's 7, and that was like a big thing. I can't remember. Never mind. I can't wait for us to get out there, guys. We're going to share this energy. I'm telling you, we're going to see Denise, Nefertiti, and Dog Whisperette everywhere.
Yeah. Let me see. I have a couple of more questions. Because I want people to be able to know that we're relatable, you know. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me dig into my optional questions. Do you believe that you're living in your purpose right now
I do.
by being a dog whisperer? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I
And
love it.
the universe just keeps confirming that.
I love it. I
So
know I love that car you got, boy. What? It is just too cute. What?
yes, and it's only because I've had Rex and it was Bondo. Honest to God, G4 was riding with me. He said, I can drive. That was a big ditch and it's road still moving. I said, thank you, I can too.
Oh my goodness.
See, we don't even need guests on here. We gotta share this.
Oh, that was funny. I love it. I love the real answers. I love it. I love that real stuff, honey. That's the I like, and that's another. I like being around realness. Like keep all that. No, I know it's a time and a place for everything. It's a time and a place for everything. But just to be real and authentic, just an authentic person overall, that's what I love being around.
Yeah, it's rare too. We think we have to conform to our environment. That's a big deal as we conform to our environment. But I say read the room.
Yeah.
There's a difference in conforming and reading, in my opinion.
I agree.
You can change your voice a little bit, or like you go into a proper place, you're gonna change your words.
Yeah,
to
you say
where
in a proper place. In a proper place.
proper
Yeah, exactly.
But, I mean, we do that, but a lot of us go overboard. We think we got to do that to be liked or to be loved, and we really don't, because God made us unique and beautiful in ourselves. And when we strive to be somebody else, our beauty will never shine because we keep it dim from trying to start running after that beauty that the tabloids are giving us, or that beauty that we have been conditioned to believe we have to be. And we don't stop and look at our beauty that God put in us.
Right.
The Creator made us in His image. So if you look down on yourself, then in my opinion, you're looking down on the Creator. If you're in His image, how could you not love that image?
Exactly. Right. I have a couple more questions. Let me see. Let's see what I got. Let's see here. When the last time you surprised your own self, like by something that you've done, like that you didn't believe that you could do, but you surprised yourself and done it?
Having my slip lease patent. I always, even as a child, I wanted to invent something. And I was like, I don't know how to even start doing that, or even how to have it made or packaged, or, and then after my house burnt and I got my insurance money, and I was desperate because I knew that was everything that I had worked for my whole life. My whole life was gone. And they only gave me such a little amount of money. And I'm like, I'm not going to turn around and just give this money to somebody else, because this is my life's money. This is my life's work. This is me. So I'm going to invest it. And so I just got on the internet and I went through Davis. It's the Davis Corporation. They're called Invention Land. They actually were on History Channel. So if you want to go look them up, it's really neat. The warehouse is like everywhere. Like the inventors, they build that room for, like, when they build the dog stuff, and it's like a mechanical room. To me, it looked like Wonka Land. It did. And then after they accepted my, they took on my invention, and within a few more months it'll be out, guys. It's going to be out
Oh,
on the market.
that's exciting. Ooh, I know that's
Yes.
exciting.
But and everybody was like, "Oh, I wouldn't do that because it's, you're just going to waste that money, and you don't know that if they're going to sell." And I said, "I absolutely do, because I'm open to that.
There
I'm
you go.
to being a millionaire. I'm open to be a billionaire."
You better say that. Hey, friend.
You
Hey,
have,
hello.
you have to command it. You have to command it, and you have to work for it.
Yeah.
People meditate and they do these affirmations, but you have to put work into that. It's just like with the dogs. Put the action with the word. When you
Yeah.
tell them to sit, put their butt down. Put the action with the word. A lot of us just like to throw out that word and think that they know what that word means, and then we get frustrated, and then they get frustrated. And then it's just a frustration cycle that's just going round and round and round. And so, that's like with us. Put the action with the word.
I love it. Boy, I love it. I do. You have any questions for me?
I do, actually. How was you? Were you always a musician? Was you always a singer? I know I was 40 before I became a dog behaviorist. Before I got my dream, actually, that path going that way. But you were
Well,
always on that path.
I could say I was always on that path. I don't know if you know, it was a TV series called Fame. It had Debbie Allen
Oh
in it,
yes.
and
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I thought I was a young Debbie Allen.
Well, there you go.
Hey,
So you
I
think
did that.
was that your inspiration? Was Debbie Allen your inspiration, or
Uh,
did it come from?
that started. That started. I started dancing before I started singing, and so I used to dance more. I used to dance a lot, and then it just grew. I started singing in church. I would do lead. I was choir director for a few years, and it just really started from there. Family member had started a record label called Man City Music, and I was a photographer, a videographer first, and then I would like that didn't work. It worked well, but it didn't work well because what I would do is I would like talk during their doing their video, and I used to say mean stuff. I'm like, oh, you should not wear that shirt. I used to say stuff like that. So then they come ask for their video. I can't give it to
So you're too honest. Are you like me? Your mouth speaks before your brain thinks.
them. It used to be like that. I learned from that. I learned because that costs a lot. It cost me a lot of money. But it also gave me another job though as well. I became a image consultant.
Okay.
For, boy, they used to be so bad. Like, Denise, can we get that video? I'm like, yeah, the sound was messed up. The sound was just messed up. But I went from there. Started doing solo projects.
Okay.
When my cousin they moved out of town, and so I had to keep it. I had to keep it going down here in Chattanooga. So I started my own, and it was called uh Neff Entertainment Group. So then after that I linked with my brother Blackstar. Now we have Pyramid Entertainment Group. So
Okay.
sing. I always loved to sing, but my passion at first was dancing.
Love to dance too. Uh-oh. We may be dancing for you guys. I'm like you, it wasn't fame. Never mind. Never mind. My mind is going blank. It's where flash dance. That's it.
Oh yeah, ooh, flash
Just
dance,
flash
yeah.
dance for me. So, I wanted to be her so bad. That was so cool. And then, my path, it's just to look back, I had somebody ask me, they said, if you could, what would you say to your younger self? And I had to think about it. And you know what I would say?
What?
I had to let you go. I had to let you die.
Wow, that's
Because
deep.
my younger self was so full of insecurities
Oh
and
wow.
conditioned, from domestic violence.
Wow.
Wow.
Hi, darling.
Wow.
So,
Really fucking moving.
but I had to let her
Wow.
go to be who I am today.
Wow. Man, that was really, really deep. If I had to answer that question, what would my older self tell? I think my older self would tell myself to go harder. You on it wasn't so much insecurities. I think I had like a I wanted to always look the part. I don't know. It was. I would tell my younger self to keep going. Don't stop. Don't listen. Don't listen to the nayers. Don't listen to that. Just keep going, girl. You almost there. Cause it's like
That's
I
it.
almost been there. It was like I was always there a lot of times. I'm almost there a lot of times. So
That's it.
and I stopped to help others. You know what I'm saying? But I would still help others, but I would go harder for myself.
That's beautiful. And I think a lot of us would tell ourselves that, to go harder. Um, but I'm just so glad and blessed that, I'm finally getting to live my dream. And I'm
Yeah.
not in that
Yeah.
9 to 5 grind.
And you're looking beautiful doing it. You're looking beautiful at while you doing it, baby.
That's it. And I want to share it because we don't know when our last day is. And I have so much in me that I want to share and I want to give because I've been given so much that I want
Yeah.
to give back. And that's why when you see us at Coolidge Park, and we're just going to be all over the place, guys.
Right.
Giving away leashes, and I'm going to try to get a lot of stuff we're just going to make it fun. Come dance with us. That's
Yeah.
it.
What?
Come dance with us.
Yes. Yes.
Follow Dog Whisperette. And how could they follow you on Facebook?
Well, Denise Dave on Facebook and
Okay.
Neff on Neff ENT on Instagram.
Okay.
That's
All right, guys.
NEF.
Follow us. We are starting a pack. We are starting a movement. Movement of positivity, balance, and change. And guys,
You know,
you
I
want
like that word pack
to That's
because I'm a
it.
Leo. I'm a Leo.
Oh, are
Anyway,
you? I'm a Capricorn.
yeah, I
and
love the word
and
pack.
in the Chinese, I'm the dog. Hi, go
Woo.
fig.
You look gorgeous. Keep shining, baby.
Thank you.
Keep
You
shining.
too. You too. Guys,
Full speed ahead.
it's our time. Time is up. Until we're live again, guys. Stay blessed and not stressed. And just keep shining. Bye, guys.